Get us streaming up on here. Let's look at some levels. So I was doing some, pre-market planning. Over the weekend, I'll usually get a look at some charts, look at the NASDAQ, look at ES, and get an idea, get a thought for what I should be trading, where I should be trading. Obviously, guys, I mean, we're not going to go short anywhere over here, right? This is a very bullish price action, higher highs, higher lows, all-time highs. However, the question is, when do we pull back? Where do we pull back? How do we pull back? How do we know when we're pulling back? We don't know any of that. All we can do is react to the market. So with that being said, we're going to go over some time frame analysis. We're going to find some zones, some levels. The only thing we really get from the upside is buy side liquidity. So that's going to be wherever there was some sort of high. So we have some buy side liquidity at this 2639. So that was yesterday's high. It hit it. You see how we pushed above it for a moment and we rejected it? So this could potentially be an area to short with a tight stop loss. However, we have to really look at the time frame, the analysis, the trend. We are bullish, right? So to be shorting up here, sure, great. You're trying to go short off of a rejection off buy side liquidity. That could be a sweep before we push back lower. However, you're fighting a very strong trend. I would not do that. I would stay patient. You see how price is still trying to push through it? That is not a good rejection off of a liquidity sweep. What we look for is something like this right here. See how we have this pivot right here? Every pivot, every long, I should say, wick, we're going to look for some type of quick reaction. So you see how quick we swept it and reversed? So people who were long and had their stops right here, they immediately stopped out. People looking to short the breakout, they also got tricked into the trade. And then what happens? We had a fast reaction. Market grabbed a lot of liquidity and rejected and reversed. Now look where we're at right here, right? So we are rejecting that buy side liquidity. Again, just because it's there doesn't make it high probability, right? We're still fighting against the trend and it's pre-market as well. We have Bookmap in the back. That's the sound effect you guys hear. Don't forget Trader Bacon show today at 11 p.m. Eastern. So let me post that up.
PM or AM?
AM, I'm sorry, AM. Thank you, Marziti, for keeping my brain in check when there's too much going on.
It's a group effort.
It absolutely is. All right, let's see. So NASDAQ, really what I'm looking for, right? We're going to look in the 15-minute. I don't really see any 15-minute demand zones. I see a potential zone right here, which is pretty solid, I suppose, for a 15-minute demand zone. So we have our red basing candle, small body, long lower wick. So we're going to mark that as demand. You guys see that? We're trying to break that high again. Can't fight that trend. So right now, I would be interested in this 15-minute demand zone right here to go long. So we're going to D15, because that's my demand 15-minute zone. See how it already held up once? I'm going to look for it to hold again. So what I might look out for is if we want to sweep this low, but remain inside demand, right? So if we sweep that low and remain in demand, the setup I might want to look for is a long position within this demand zone. So let's see, let's try to do some time frame analysis, right? So if we start selling off, we wick down, we take a little while, looks like it'll line up around 11 o'clock, maybe 11:15. So that's sort of our setup. Our stop loss would be at the bottom of the demand zone, so already giving us a good risk to reward on that trade. And it would depend on the price action coming into this zone, right? So I could maybe look at these pivots over here, say, okay, well, that's pivot 1. Got a few pivots. Now remember, for us to go long over here, price needs to make its way down here. So let's see. So path, right? So let's say we get a basing candle on the 15-minute time frame. I am going to look for a rejection. I will play shorts, and I will look for this right here. I'm going to look for, to start, we're going to go to the first pivot, right? So that's going to be a 2.4 to 1. I'm not a big fan of that. I'd rather go for something a bit stronger. Now, because I don't really see that much demand holding us up here, right? There's no 15-minute. There's no 30-minute. There's no 45, 90-minute, 1 hour. Not a fan of these. I might maybe this one, but look, it has a rally candle, and then it sort of stalls out a bit. So personally, Probably going to wait on that 15-minute close. See if we get a basing or a rejection candle. Look to take that short. See, again, bears stepping in near these highs. That's why we don't take breakouts. Even if we're trading trend is breaking out, we are not taking breakouts. There's always chance of a rejection. There's always a chance of a liquidity sweep. We don't want to be that liquidity. When we go over, oh, be careful at these highs, we don't want to be the ones getting tricked into the market. So long position 1 would be this one down here. See if we want to sweep those lows, or quite honestly, look at this right here. We have another low right there. So now my thought changes a bit, right? So we might sweep. This is a sell side liquidity right here, right? So we're going to mark that out as our sell side liquidity. Now that makes me think, okay, well, if that's some sell side liquidity sitting right above this demand zone right here, this 15-minute demand zone, we might sweep it and wick off of this demand zone, which will give us a very pinpoint entry, right? So that's going to give us something like this, where I would want to look to enter in this demand. Now, again, I'm not going to put my position tool here because price is already up here, over here. So I'm going to look to put my position tool somewhere over here. Look at that rejection off of that buy side, I should say. When's market open? What time is it right now? Oh, market opens in 2 minutes. All right, so I'm going to look for a long position inside this demand, because think about it too. Once we start sweeping these lows, a lot of people are going to be flipped into a short bias. Meanwhile, bulls still have that momentum on the higher time frame. So look at that rejection off of that buy side. Here's the 30-minute time frame. 30 minutes always important to look at too. If the 30-minute candle wants to close something like body right under there, we could look to keep our stops up there, maybe target a move lower, but we're going to have to see. So I'm going to delete that. We'll keep that there. Market opens in just a minute. We're going to put this back, and we got our book map up and everything. Let's see if I could lower. Let's see. You know what? Let's check ES real quick too, guys. 30-minute, 45, 1 hour. A tiny 1 hour, but that's not really, I'm not a fan of that one. 30-minute. All right, here we go. 3-hour demand zone right here. But look at it. This still pushing higher. There's market open in a minute. Market opens in a minute. Don't trade this unnecessary. Look at ES is pushing higher. NQ is pushing lower, right? We got some divergence there. Got to be careful with that. So this is a D 3-hour, and the market opens in 8 seconds. So let's go back to our 1 minute. I just noticed these aren't all on the same time frames. Gonna get a pop. If we could reject this buy side liquidity again on NQ, but I do feel like we're gonna want to go lower based off of that 30-minute time frame. Yup, that 30-minute gave me the exact close that I was looking for. So let's see if we could pull back and get a short entry. However, I do think we're gonna run from here, guys. That was a nice push lower. Good bear action right there. Let's see if we want to pull up, look for a short somewhere up here. I don't think we're getting that. It was strong selling pressure. That was good. Call it out right there in the pre-market, right into the open. So watch that 30 close. We might get some continuation. Now I'm looking for a pullback. I'm going to look for any type of entry here, right? So we have a 5-minute. We might get a 5-minute fair value gap pushing lower. So that might mean we won't pull back like we want. But look at ES making high. So it's difficult taking a short position at such highs, ES pushing higher, but NQ pushing lower. But that is some major divergence. Gonna be careful on this. I'd consider a short position up here near 3.5. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put some limit orders out at 633. I sort of want to go short because of this divergence. But I don't know if we're gonna get that pullback on NQ. Yeah, it was a nice drop there on NQ. Good volume coming in. Did we sweep any sell side over here, right? Any lows? We did hit that low. Boom, big drop. We're coming to, this is a bit of an order block candle right here. Now, guys, order blocks and supply and demand zones are very, very similar. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. So an order block would potentially be this candle right here, right? So give me 1 second. I'm getting a call, guys. Legal Zoom is calling. What'd I do? My phone's frozen. Oh, I just got filled short. That was a quick pullback. Stop loss is at the highs. Whoa, okay. Don't get phone calls while you're busy. Alright, well, that's why we have our limit orders, our stop orders, and everything. You gotta be careful, right? So that was a quick loss. However, I had my stops in place. It was a very, very small loss. Very small. Anyways, this would be an order block. Alright, they're calling pretty hard. Give me 1/2 a sec, guys. Alright. Alright. I'm back. So sorry about that. Alright, so some volatility kicked in, right? We're gonna be careful with that. I have to see what's going on with my chart right now. Could that be why?
ES has a doji on the 1 minute. We're inside of it.
Alright, see that volatility is pretty strong right there, so we're gonna be patient. Got chopped out, stopped out for a reason, right? Market wants to do what it wants to do. It just grabbed some liquidity. That would have been a nicer entry off of that pre-market high. So we're just going to stay patient right there. Do apologize about that call. Was setting something up this morning for the coaching biz. And yeah, fun stuff. So now that we got ES also weak, that gives us a bit of a clue that NQ will probably see some continuation. We do want to be a bit careful. Ooh, actually, no, VIX is dropping like crazy. We might get let's see. So we're getting this order block here. Let's see if we want to hit this 1 minute fair value gap right here for an entry, right? So we're not going to chase this, even though it would be good to go short for some scalps, not chasing it, because we do have this bit of an order block here. Back to what I was saying about order blocks, though, this would not be a demand zone. The reason it wouldn't be a demand zone is because this wick pushed lower. See, that's why it would be invalid, and that's what I like about supply and demand over order blocks. Order blocks would just mark out any type of candle. Supply and demand is a bit more specific to give us the ones that work and have a bit higher probability. And that's sort of why I wanted to create some type of ICT supply and demand hybrid strategy that sort of focuses on the supply and demand concept of where institutions are buying and selling, you know, those large higher time frame moves in zones, and the lower time frame ICT concepts to sort of give us an idea of like of just like entries, intraday models, stuff like that. Okay, so we are getting a pretty nice setup right here. We actually have a breaker block right here. So this is our breaker block. This is NQ 5-minute breaker block. This is NQ 5-minute fair value gap. So beautiful. That's going to be a real nice entry if we could pull back. So I'm going to delete that out. Look, see how we're wicking these lows, right? Some buyers are trying to step in. People are exiting their positions. Might feel a bit of a pullback at that point, and that's exactly what I want. I want to pull back because I want to enter from this zone. Now, let's take a look and see if we throw a Fibonacci up here. Where would we be at for our optimal trade entry? That's right there in that fib. That's our setup right there, guys. We are going to grab some shorts there, target new low. This is the setup. What's our risk to reward? 5 to 1 on it. There we go, baby. So we just lost 1R on that other setup, right, where we got chopped up and it did end up going our direction, but we don't care. We have another nice looking setup right here. I'm going to look to take that. We do have a 1 minute fair value gap that goes a bit above it, so we're going to be careful. I might turn the large trade orders off on Bookmap just because they clutter up the screen so much, and me personally, I don't think I'm using them. If you guys like it though, definitely let me know. Tesla, let's check out Tesla. Tesla's been going crazy lately, right? Tesla, do. Staying patient on the DAC right now. I want that short entry up there. I'm going to create limit order. Put my orders out there. And again, listen, if this trade turns into a loss too, you know what happens? That's all right. We'll make it back on the next one. Because we keep such high risk to rewards on our trades and on our setups, we're able to swing and miss on 1 or 2. We're able to take 2 strikes and hit a home run on that third one. When you're running something really tight, a 2 to 1, a 1 to 1, a 1.5 to 1, it gets a little tough to do that, right? Even if you have a 3 to 1, you're still at least profitable once you hit that third trade. But, you know, you hit 3 losers, it does become a bit harder. But overall, 3 to 1 and higher is usually a go-to. All right, let's see if we want to get up in there. I have some sell orders sitting at... I'm going to go right exactly at that fair value, yeah, because the sellers are coming in crazy strong lately. And quite honestly, I'm really thinking of targeting down here. This demand zone would be great. Because remember what I mentioned before market opened. I said, look at all of these pivots. We have this push higher, but we didn't create any demand zone holding us. We sort of created this demand zone right here that we bounced off of. We didn't create any strong demand zones on this way higher. So I felt like we were going to reject and push lower, and that's exactly what we got. We might not get this fair value gap breaker block entry. We got to see. But remember, price could be wicking down here for a second just to pull back again. Price wants liquidity. The market wants to stop people out. That's why we have to be so patient on our entries and our setups and make those setups worth it. I'm taking this right in this fair value gap. Stop loss is about... I should really keep the stop around 35. But we're going to see. We're going to see. We'll probably keep it around 35 to play it safe. But the sellers have been very strong on the NASDAQ, so I'm expecting a quick reaction. That's why I'm putting my entry right there at the fair value gap. A lot of the times, you know what, I might put it at the 2.8, that 61%, that Fibonacci, because that's our golden zone, right? That's our optimal trade entry in there. And if we did use our optimal trade entry for a target, our target would be 25.80, so that'd be a pretty clean target. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna move it to that optimal trade entry for an entry. That way, I could keep my stop loss a bit closer to the 78% on that fib. Some buying coming in, right? I gotta get us on social media. Hold up. Guys, did you guys want to do that Kahoot thing again? I don't know. I did that this Saturday. Did not get it. Got a few people. Few people came in. We got somebody who won a free lifetime membership, which is pretty dope. But it was 30 questions, multiple choice and true and false, and it was pretty fun. It's a trading educational game. I like that we're chopping our way back up to that fair value gap. That's great. Okay, my short entry is 628. 628. I don't really see that much of a strong level up here. Sort of at 630, which is inside that zone. So we'll see if we want to get up there. Some absorption heading right now, some sweeps heading right now.
ES is in a pennant, but I'm not sure which way it's going to break yet.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be heavy relying on the Nasdaq. You know what? I sort of want to keep this entry right at that fair value gap because that breaker block's there too with it. I don't want to miss that entry on the short, so I'm gonna put the entry right at the fair value gap start. Apple with a nice big sell-off, guys. So you guys know I always keep my equities up. It's important. This is Meta pushing lower, new low a day, going crazy to the downside today. $10 move to the downside from Meta so far since open. Tesla's bouncing around near an area of interest, I should say. Nvidia is the one that's trying to push higher right now, probably giving us a bit of a pullback. Let's see. Come on, market. Give us that short entry. I'm going to move it a bit. Let's see if we get that 61%. But again, I don't want to miss my entry on this either.
Remember, folks, we do not have any major news catalysts today other than the treasuries this afternoon. Powell starts speaking tomorrow, so this could very likely be a very small range day.
Okay, I'm putting my entry right at that fair value gap. Okay, I'm filled short right now. Stop loss is going to be above 33. 35 actually right now. Targeting new low a day. We're in short, guys. Short Nasdaq. Off fair value gap. Optimal trade entry was close. Breaker block unicorn setup right here, guys. Boom. Nice move. Instantly. Like that. I like that. How's the 5-minute looking? 5-minute looks beautiful for the Bears. We're just going to stay patient here. Beautiful, guys. Even if it wants to bounce around, do whatever it wants. ES is pretty strong. I really want to see it. Apple's trying to make new low a day. Pull back on Meta as well. Equities are trying to pull back here, so we do have to be a bit careful. We might hit that optimal trade entry and then reject. We're hitting that fair value gap again. Optimal trade entry would be at this 628. You guys keep an eye on the market for me. So yeah, we keep trying to push into this fair value gap on Nasdaq and failing. So it's having a tough time right here, but it is trying to push through. You know, monitor your trade. Only risk what you're okay with losing. Keep that risk the same every time.
All right, ES just took out a short-term low and a short-term high. So we're basically essentially trapping people.
I like these shorts. We're in shorts on the Nasdaq right now. Stop is right above 33, 34 area. If we pop, we stop and stop out. That's all right. We have setups worthy enough that all we really need is 2-3 solid setups, even a week, and we're making money. We're doing okay. That's how trading should be, right? Imagine this. Imagine trading where you're just being patient, or you just have to win 2 or 3 trades a week, where if you have a 5-1, a 6-1 on those trades, so that you're making on just 3 trades 15 of your risk. That means it would take 15 losses to catch up to that profit. So that is what helps us grow these accounts and move so strong. Some buyers are trying here. We might get divergence. Let's see. Yeah, Nvidia's going crazy to the bull side. Tesla's trying to make a new low a day. Meta's pushing lower. I don't know. I like these bears. Good stuff, guys. We're short NASDAQ still. We're looking for that demand zone down there. Target 1 could be a new low right here. This is a 5-to-1 risk to reward.
Heavy sell wall on the ES. Just blew through it.
Oh, perfect. Come on, ES. If ES makes a new high a day and NQ stays within this range fair value gap, I'm taking that easily. I'm adding to that short. But you have to be so careful. Okay, we're coming in. We're hitting that optimal trade entry area on the NASDAQ. We have some divergence there. ES is pretty strong, though. We have to be careful. I'm not adding yet. I'm not doing anything yet. I like that rejection off of that optimal trade entry so far. Some sweeps are coming in. Some good selling pressure stepping back in. Bit of a pop there. There's that divergence I was talking about. So I'm going to add there. And I'm going to add stops right up top of this fair value gap of those that I just added on. So the ones that I added are a tighter stop loss, but the ones that I'm originally in have that original stop loss still. So I like that divergence that played out. I like that quick move. I like this order block, the breaker block, fair value gap, unicorn, whatever you want to call it, setup. I like the 5 minutes to the bear side. Like, this is looking good, guys. This is looking good. Boom. Oh my goodness. Let's see. 12 seconds. But each time, look, they tried to sell, buyers pop. But this sell-off right here is what gave me the confidence that sellers might still want to continue. But we really have to be careful because of how strong buyers have been the past few days, right? So we don't really want to fight that trend too much. But I like that setup, man. Got about 40 seconds left. We're still wicking off of that fair value gap. Not scared yet. Not jumping out. We have divergence. NQ's much weaker. NQ is the bearish divergent one. This is looking pretty good right now, confirmation wise. But again, that doesn't mean we're gonna be right? Trend has still been bullish. Higher time frame trend has still been bullish. We just had enough confirmation to enter the trade. Yep, there's some buying pressure again. Oh, coming up to those first 2 contracts. So I'm out of those last 2 I added. I'm still going to keep my stop loss, though, near that 78. We might hit it. Alright, so we're wicking it. We didn't hit it just yet. We might go hit it. Some sweeps coming in. That's looking good for the bulls. We might go, yep, alright. Wow, look at that. Stopped out. Exactly. See, guys, so we have the confirmations on the trade. We have the divergence on the trade. We still have divergence on this because NASDAQ did not create a higher high with ES. But what's stronger than all of these confirmations? The higher time frame trend. So what do we learn today? Without that higher time frame trend, boom, look at that. That's also why we respect our stop losses. As crazy as it sounds, I'm proud of this loss. You know why? Because I didn't go, oh, well, we still have divergence. Let me move my stop up. I didn't do that. We stayed patient. We respected our stop loss. We added where we thought we had the confirmation to push lower. It looked like it was working in our favor. If we were in a chop day or range day, this most likely would have worked out. If we were in a bearish day, this definitely would have worked out. Because we have been so bullish on the daily time frame, which is more important than any intraday time frame trend we'll ever see, no short trade would work for a day trade. We would only look for a potential scalp, But that was gnarly. That's what we do. That's what we do. We found the confirmations. We took this trade like we would take any trade, and that's exactly how we do it, right? So we're 0 for 2 today. Small loss here, small loss there. That's okay. And we're just staying patient. We are staying patient. So now I'm looking at, let's see. So this is out of the picture. This is no more. I'm always a big fan of looking for these OTEs, these optimal trade entries have been pretty nice to me. Last week they've been crazy nice to me. What time is it? Because I do have to wrap this up early today. Okay, good. It's 9:50. I got to wrap it up around 10:30 today so I can get on that Trader Bacon show for you guys. Again, the link is in the main chat. YouTube, I'll put the link in the comments as well. The Trader Bacon show, Bacon Trader show. But it is a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. The Trader Bacon show with Gates Adams, Apex Trader Funding, and it is hosted on Benzinga. Okay, so we're coming back into this area of interest, right? So this was an area where we tried to go short, so that might be a potential area to go long. Me personally, not going to take it. There's a good chance I might not take any more trades today, right? 0 for 2, cut those losses, keep them short. Plus, I got a lot going on. And when you got a lot going on, you can't think right, you can't trade right, you can't follow your trend, you can't follow your rules, your mind is too hectic. When you're trading, you have to be in the zone. If we wick off of this area down here, I'll consider it. But right now, this is just chop. Making lower lows, making higher highs. All right, we're coming into that OTE area. Wicking off that 60%. Depending how this 1 minute closes, I'll grab some longs and we'll scalp this long, guys. Depending how it closes, 10 seconds. Not looking. Oh, some buying on Bookmap. I like that. We're going to try it out because Bookmap said so. Stop loss sort of at these lows. So entry there, stop loss right below this candle over here. There we go. How much time in the 5 minute? Nah, I don't like that 5 on NASDAQ, so we're going to keep it tight on the stop loss on this. But, we'll see. Stop loss is like right there. Looking for this. So now what we're doing is I'm going to be risking only half of my risk, right? So I took 2 losses today. I wanted to try to catch some momentum on this off of this optimal trade entry. So I'm going to keep my stop loss right at the bottom over here, right at the lows. I'm not liking that. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We're wicking it. We're trying our best. Nvidia is trying to push higher. Apple's dropping. Weighted index looks pretty weak, which is no good. But we're going to see. Got to see strong buying pressure come in here. Create another higher low right here. Right, look at this higher low right here. We got to create a higher low right here. If we fail it, there's a good chance we're going to drop and go see this demand zone. Look at that selling pressure trying to come in on Bookmap. Trying is the key word. Tesla's trying to push higher. Weighted index is still sort of weak. Trying to hold on the weighted index. I like that NASDAQ reaction off of that optimal trade entry. So we're going to just hold and be patient. Okay, not bad, not bad. Staying patient on this. It either stops us out or we go to another all-time high a day. Both are the same thing right now. Now we're in the right trend. Daily trend has been bullish. Just gonna stay a bit patient right here. Because we didn't have the cleanest entry. We had an optimal trade entry. We had a little bit of this huge fair value gap that we ran through for liquidity. So I really want to see a strong move above 639. I also want to see buyers step back in on ES. Because as of now, look at that big long wick on the 5-minute. That was pretty strong. Look, ES finally has a bit of weakness too. Definitely in a tough spot right here. Sellers coming down again. Just holding it right now. Some sweeps coming in. Staying patient right here, guys. Sellers keep trying. There we go. Just gonna wait right here. I'll let you guys know if I stop out. You'll hear it stop out. Probably. Half my risk right now because I don't want to risk much. Already took 2 small losses today. Gotta know how to manage those. Is this divergence? A little bit of bullish divergence there on NASDAQ if it holds this low. But we'll see. NVIDIA with some weakness. Weighted index looks crazy weak, which makes me think bears are really going to want to take this. But we're going to stay patient off of this potential divergence. But my stop right now is at this low right here. I don't care if I stop out and then it reverses. I'm minimizing my losses, maximizing my gains. Buyers keep trying and failing. I want to see, are there any other higher levels up here? Not really. There's a few lower levels over here, like the 2600. But we're going to stay patient on this. Still making higher lows. Still making higher highs. I'm not fighting that trend. 10 seconds on this 1 minute. NVIDIA does have a bit of buying. There we go. Tesla with some strong buying pressure. Apple's trying to find a bottom. Take a look. Want to see Apple push higher. Want to see all our equities push higher. But look at that dump. Look at that dump. New 5-minute candle and we dumped right there. Gotta be careful. There's a new 1 minute, I should say. Oh, and new 5-minute. Okay. Alright. So let's see. Let's see. Again, I'm playing it safe. Stop loss at those lows. I'm not stopped out yet. Really might run that stop. Yeah. It's gonna run that stop there. Again, I'm taking that small loss right there. I'm not holding this. We do not hold our losers longer, or else that will happen. And then you get stuck big holding a losing trade. Once you have that discipline down, it will also help you to hold your winning trades. Look at that, guys. That's crazy, man. There was no we made, what was this, pre-market? Not even pre-market high. We took out the highs and then reversed. But other than that, we had very little confirmation on this setup. And that just happens sometimes, guys. It just happens sometimes. What would have helped us? The weighted index. Let's see. Let me get the weighted index on this chart for us. Weighted index was consistently trying to push lower today. It was much weaker. Look how weak the weighted index has been compared to something like, oh, I gotta get extended. Perfect. Why is it not right? 5 minute, 5 minute. Okay. Let's look at So this is the NASDAQ, this is the weighted index. We could see the weighted index had divergence, right? The weighted index was much weaker all day. It was much weaker. It's making a new low a day. It's been pushing lower. The NASDAQ was trying to push higher, so it was going against it. The weighted index is a handful of top stocks. I'm talking about the, let's see, is I believe Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia. Oh, it only brings up Microsoft. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia. What did it just do? Oh, wrong chart, wrong chart. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Google, and Amazon and Tesla? No, no Tesla. I have to check it. I'll check and I'll let you guys know. OTE is optimal trade entry. Adrian, are you still there? All right. So we're just waiting now. We're not going short at the lows. We're just waiting. Market's so choppy today. It's choppy, but it's giving us nice, quick, volatile moves. Let's mark out some fair value gaps. Let's see. So this took out the high, and then it took out the low. So that must be a pretty good pivot. Let's see. We have a 1 minute fair value gap up here. I'm sure there are no 5 minute. Of course, there are no 5 minute. And now also with this, we have some liquidity sitting here. We have liquidity sitting here. Right? So we have all this resting liquidity up here that the market is going to want to run through. So let's see if we could run through that. And we'll maybe dabble one more time in a short. Just maybe. Again, though, we would be going half our risk because we don't want to be doing anything a little too extra, right? We want to be able to really minimize our losses. Once we minimize our losses, then we'll worry about our winners, because we should not be worrying about our winners anyways if losses are what's draining your account. What time is it? 10:04. 10:04. YouTube, don't forget, check us out on Benzinga's YouTube channel at 11 a.m. Eastern today. We're going to be on the Trader Bacon Show. So we're just being patient here. That's that 50%. This is the 61%. This is the 78%. Golden zone falls within the 61 to 78. So that's like the quote-unquote golden zone. Fair value gap is right up here. And, yeah.
ES has a Head and Shoulders on the 1 minute. We're dancing with the neckline.
Yo, Tesla's going crazy. Tesla's going crazy right now. Went from 246 to 252 in 10 minutes. Guys, for all my equity traders, my large cap traders, I should say, if you have your watch list of large cap, make sure you go by change percent, because that will show you the strongest and the weakest. So the strongest today is Nvidia, which it shows. It would have been great for some calls. And the weakest today is Meta, which also shows that puts would have been great. All right, let's see. And again, I'm gonna be wrapping up the stream about 10:30ish, just so I could get prepared for the Benzinga show with Gates Adams. All right, nice push up from the Bulls right there. Some buying pressure coming in. We hear that on Bookmap. Now the problem with this short and this fair value gap is, what if we want to go break the high one more time and then we want to, reverse, just like we've been doing, right? So me personally though, I do like how that fair value gap looks, especially because it's in that OTE, that optimal trade entry. So I'm gonna see if it wants to push in one more time, and we'll maybe take a short. It did run through these highs. Remember, I said watch these highs. So if it's a quick rejection, ooh, let's see. Give us one more pop. Don't be silly, market. Oh man, is it gonna reject before we enter? It just might, and that's alright. That is alright. Let's see. I still got my entry sitting right up in here. Because you look, that's in the OTE, that's in the optimal trade entry that wicked off the fair value gap. Let's see. Come on, go give me my entry. Nvidia's trying to push higher. Weighted index looks like it's trying to move higher. I'm still not short yet. I might just grab these right here though. Yeah. Let's see. I'll let you guys know when I get filled short. Alright, I'm filled short. Stop at the high of the fair value gap. And again, this thing might run to it, and that's okay. That's okay, because we are limiting our losses. Look at how heavy the orders are up here. 20650, super strong. Super strong. That's up here. So we're hitting that liquidity. We're failing the fair value gap again. We're struggling. We're failing to push lower, however, but we're also failing at the moment to push higher. We wicked the fair value gap, really. My entry was right up, where is it? Right there? Yeah. I might keep my stop loss right at the optimal trade entry, that 78%, like right here. I gotta see, because buyers have been pretty strong. Really don't want to fight it. But if I'm getting that OTE fair value gap after sweeping a high, I'm gonna take it. Between 10 and 11, isn't that the silver bullet? Oh, more like the silver bull shit. All right, moving high back to the top of the fair value gap, just in case. Moving the stop to the top, I should say. Stop to the top for the pop. Some divergence too, so we're cooling in this again. Want to see strong selling pressure come in, just like that, just like that. Let's see, does it want to continue? Nope, that's some good buying, that's some good buying. But let's see if it gets, look, this buyer right here trapped in the market, but he wants to bring it back up to his price, but they keep failing, so I'm going to be crazy patient right now. Zooming out on Bookmap. Nice. Okay. Alright. Okay, nice. I'll probably wait for this 1 minute to close. And then probably add Nice. Nice. There we go. That's it, baby. Weighted index is at VWAP, rejecting VWAP. Nvidia with some selling pressure, that's good to see. Let's see. I'm gonna add there. Just one contract, so it doesn't mess with anything really. Stop still at the high of the fair value gap. Still got to be careful. Bulls have still been bullish. This thing could easily look like it wants to go lower and fake out and go higher again. It's been doing that all day. And if it's been doing that all day, look for it to continue to do that. Yep, buying pressure again. Nvidia finding support. Oh, yep, it's going to try to run right through it. Let's see, I'm staying patient in these. Want to see if that just trapped buyers or if sellers are the ones who are trapped. 4 seconds in this 1 minute. 2 seconds. That's tough. That's a tough call right there. Just gonna let the trade ride. It either runs to our stop loss or it runs to our take profit at some point. Everything else is just noise. If my analysis is wrong, then it'll run to my stop.
Hello.
Yo, see how much cleaner? Yeah, let's see. Let's see.
You there, Kevin?
Yo, what's going on?
I am in the opinion that it's going to go up because if you zoom out to the hourly, these long wicks are wicking off of hourly order blocks from yesterday afternoon. From
Gotcha.
the 6 open, if you zoom out to the hourly, you'll see that. I'm pretty sure it's just wicking down there to be able to go higher.
Let's see. We'll see. I don't know, I like this 1 hour to be bearish right here, just from the previous 1 hour candle. But again, it either goes down or it goes up. I got my stop loss, I got my take profit. Whatever happens should not affect anything. And that's good, that's just risk management. Yep, again, buyers stepping in. Gotta remember that higher time frame trend. Bullish. If you keep an eye on that higher time frame trend, you'll be right more than you're wrong. But if you got good risk management, you could be wrong more than you're right and still be profitable. How about them apples? At this point, I'm moving my stop. Nah. I want to see that weighted index sell off. Ooh, Nvidia looks good for a sell off right now. Look at Nvidia, guys. I want to see Nvidia drop. That will bring us way lower. Just like that. Boom. Nice. Okay, we wait. I'm going to get out of, let's see.
Just a total seek and destroy day, no?
Seriously. Where my video game heads at, search and destroy from, was it Call of Duty? The market's playing search and destroy with stop losses today. So right, we had stop loss hunt right here. So that's what I'm worried about for these shorts, is that we're gonna stop hunt right there and then go back higher. Because this is what we got before. So I really want to see sellers step in again here. Weighted index looks nice and weak. Nvidia is selling off. I mean, I like it more for the bears, mainly because of Nvidia, but Microsoft and Apple are trying to push higher. Apple was much weaker today too, however. So I'm going to stay patient here. We did break the lows a few times today, right? We made a new low right here. We made a new low right there. So really just staying patient. Because again, though, we took out this liquidity right here, and then what happened? We reversed right after it. Some sweeps coming in, a lot of stop orders, a lot of people stopping out of their position off of that pullback. I am staying in these. Stop loss is still at the high of the fair value gap. Because now think about it. If I stopped out and went long here at the top of this range, wouldn't I be going long at the top? So I'm not going to stop out yet. It does look good for buyers if we're looking at Bookmap. But we're going to be patient. This is a strong sell wall right here up to 650. So that's what's sort of keeping me in this. If they start to pull, there we go. If they start to pull these orders, I'm going to get out. If they pull those orders, I'm out. What's the 5 minute looking like? 5 minute, very wiki. Bookmap, 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 bookmap. See, the orders are getting lighter up here. Gotta be careful. Nvidia bounced back. Equities are trying to push higher. Let's see. Tesla pulling down. Apple sort of weak. I'm gonna stay in these. ES is a bit weaker right now than the NQ. Minute 25 left in this 5 minute. Really want to see us below here. Weighted index looks good and weak. Meta selling off, good. Nvidia back weak again. Weighted index weak, good. Looks good for the Bears right now. Gonna wait. See if we want to sweep these lows one more time. Good stuff. Staying patient. I like the selling. This is a floor right here, though. This has been a floor for a while. This trend line, it's a floor on Bookmap right here. So what's at floors? Stop orders. So let's see if we want to go sweep those or if we want to hold. I want to see strong selling come in. There's some good selling. Okay. Okay, here we go, guys. Nice. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful run right there. Beautiful little move. I'm gonna stay patient. I'm gonna stay patient. I'm not gonna exit. Nice. Gorgeous. Boom, guys. Holy cow. Wow. Okay. Alright, that was crazy. I'm gonna have to get out of like 2 down here at least. That was nuts. I might get out of all of them, to be honest. Oh, alright, I'm out of 2. And 4 contracts left. It's just gonna keep going. That's fine. I want to see us to the demand zone. I'd like to see us down here. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. Letting a big winner like this completely dissolve those losers. Those losers are like not even there anymore. Back green on the day from 1 trade. With that being said, I'm probably going to get out of most of my contracts. So I remain mainly green on this trade. Do have to get going in about 10 minutes. Expecting us to chop, right? So it's like it's hard to hold a trade because we've been choppy. We have a fair value gap of 1 minute right here. I like it though. I like it though. Would really like to see that demand zone down there. Nvidia pretty weak. Apple, Tesla bouncing back. Apple, Meta, Microsoft weak. Gonna hold these shorts for a little bit, guys. Let's see. But remember that 5 minutes is a very important time frame. Look at these lower wicks down here on the 5. Really want to see us below this one right here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wearing some shorts from right up here. Definitely considering getting out of the majority of my contracts due to the fact that we have been ranging. And the higher time frames have been bullish, so I really want to get out of at least one more contract, and maybe I'll let one contract ride. I was in 4 total on this NASDAQ short. Okay, I like this sell wall trying to build up here on Bookmap. Like to see it hold. I like ES is weaker. Nvidia a bit of a bounce. The weighted index. Ooh, Apple bouncing. Not looking too ideal right now for our shorts. However, whenever the equities were looking good today, Nvidia ended up selling off. But I do think we'll pull back. Buyers are doing their best. Let's get one more dump. One more dump. So I got one great trade. There we go. There we go, here we go, here we go now. And I walk by every time. Dun, 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 dun. 30 seconds in this 1 minute, I'll probably let it close. Do feel like buyers might want to take it. We'll see. Tesla week again. I don't know. I really want to see that 15-minute demand zone down there on NASDAQ. And that would give us another 30 points. Ten seconds. Really need a breakaway here. Not a fan of the buyers. Apple's trying to push back higher right now. Give me one more drop. I'll probably get out of one more contract just to, again, play it safe. Gotta play it safe, especially when you're in profit. Gotta play it smart. Playing it safe isn't always playing it smart. Sometimes we play it too safe and we leave a lot on the table that we shouldn't have. So with that being said, I'd much rather try to get out of a contract down here than move my stop loss up here and get stopped out because it reversed. Some weak buying bringing us higher, but that scares me that if strong buying steps in, we're done for. I'm gonna let this 1 minute close. 5 minute closes right now too. So let's see if we want to get another drop on the 1 minute. I'm gonna get out of one more contract right at the bottom right here of this 1 minute candle. So let's see if we get one more drop to there. It's struggling to do so, so I'm gonna move it down a little bit in case we get a fast drop through it. But we are getting some sweeps coming in. Yeah, I'm gonna, not a fan of that. Let's see. Yep, buying, sweeping. Being patient right now, being crazy patient right now. Nvidia is trying to go back bullish right now, so we have to be careful. Remember, higher time frame has been bullish. These shorts are very short-lived. I'm glad I got out of some contracts down there. See if we get one more drop, and then I'll probably exit them all. Seeing that buyers are clearly trying to step back in. Okay, back to the 50. Yep, super glad I scaled out of half my contracts down there. Buying pressure again coming back in. I'm not stopping out there. I want to see how this 1 minute closes. That will determine if I exit or if I hold. or if I move my stop. If we reject from this area right here and push lower, I'll move my stop to the top of this 1 minute candle. If we don't, I'll probably just exit the remainder of my contracts. Okay, we're going to be a little patient right now. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, getting some rejection. Going to be a bit patient right here. Good sell, good sell. Okay. Okay, we're gonna get out of one contract. Down on that push lower. Oh man, it just wicked it. It was a point away. Hold up.
Kevin is 1027.
Thank you. I appreciate that. If that's the case, the time's gonna make me exit this trade. I probably should exit anyways. I'm not liking this for the shorts. Oh, we're rejecting off a 1 minute fair value gap too. We'll see. I'm gonna let this trade play out real quick.
What's at 10:30? I'm confused.
I'm gonna get off early because I'm on the Trader Bacon show again today.
Ah, right. I was like, there's no news. Forgot about your show.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get out of this. Give me one more drop. Come on now. Come on, market. Don't you know I have places to be and things to do? Yeah, I'm just gonna get out of this. Let's see. Give me one more drop. Come on, sellers. Show yourselves one more time. Nope, they're not going to. Let's see. Okay, I like that. For a second, I like that. Let's see. Let's see. Weighted index is sort of weak right now. Apple's weak, Meta's weak, Microsoft's weak, Tesla's weak. We'll hold it for a second. Okay, I gotta get out of at least one more contract over here. Sellers are really having trouble right now.
Check out those 15-minute wicks on NQ.
Give me a half a second, bud. 1 sec. Alright, I'm gonna get out of this. Probably gonna exit market, exit close position. Let's see. I do feel like it could continue. I just gotta get going, and I'd rather not play with the house money at this point. That was a solid trade, guys. That was a really great trade. Even though we didn't get out of our complete trade, it was really good. Okay, a little bit of divergence there. We'll try to let that play out. There we go. Okay, we'll see. I'm moving my stop to where the fair value gap begins. So it is again a no-lose trade. Just seeing it bounce around right now. I'm probably going to how's the 5 minute looking? 5 minute looks bullish. 1 minute still looks bearish, but it's still failing bearish. So I'm gonna get out of I'm gonna get out right there, guys. Call it a trade right there. Good trade, good short, great short. Definitely made a lot back from what we lost today, so that's awesome. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm wrapping it up there. Don't forget, join the Bacon Trader show. That is going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern. That's in 30 minutes. Link is going to be in the Discord. I will see you guys later.
Thanks, Kevin.
Absolutely. Always fun,
Have fun
guys.
with that.
Yeah, will do, will do.